All right, traders, welcome to the webinar event for the Springboard Algo. We're going to be looking at this tool, how it works, what does it do, how can you make it work for you, and so on. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Before we get started, of course, we do have to post our disclaimer. We can't guarantee results. Certainly, the markets will do what the markets will do, and we don't know what that's going to be until it's already happened. But we can set ourselves up for success the best way possible. Our products and services are for educational purposes. So please understand the risks of trading before you put any of your hard-earned money on the line. If that is good to go, give me a quick yes in the chat box, and we will go ahead and move forward. Good to go? Cool. All right. So what is it that we want? We always kind of start with this. What's the why? What is it that we want? Why did we get into trading? We got into trading because we wanted to make money, of course. And then somewhere along the way, we realized, well, it's not as easy as the guy on YouTube made it look, right? There's somebody that's saying, oh, look how easy this is. Oh my gosh, all you got to do is this. And then reality sets in. We realize we're human. We make mistakes with execution, or maybe we get emotional, or maybe we have inaccurate back tests because we're trying to back test it ourselves, or maybe we're trying to trade the wrong strategy that just messes with our heads and isn't going to work for us, right? So somewhere along the way, we realize, hey, this ain't so easy. And so that's where we may look to turn to an algo to help offset some of that challenge, right? And specifically, most of our traders, I think, are looking to get funded with a prop firm, right? So most of our traders are looking to do that, and so that's kind of what we're after. So the problems with manual trading, as you've probably all experienced in some way or another, is that there's emotional interference. Okay, you get a couple stop outs and might stress you out. To give you an example, on Tuesday we took 3 stop outs in a row, and that was our day. That's all there was, and it wasn't great, and it's a challenge to be able to bounce back the next day and not let that affect you, in the sense that you don't have to you don't have to let it ruin the next day too, right? So you have to be able to bounce back, and that can be a real challenge. Thankfully we did bounce back, and spoiler alert, we had 6 winning trades today. So it's being able to step back up and go go swing the bat again at the plate, and even though you struck out last time, it's no big deal. But that's hard. Also, manual trading is hard to execute. It's hard to get the orders just right, and sometimes it's too fast, and sometimes we get the wrong entry, and sometimes we just evaluate the trade wrong to where it's just not even a great trade. Wasn't even a correct setup. So, but the point is, for manual trading, you really, the chart time is key, and you really got to spend time getting to know the markets that you're trading, and get the practice in, right? So let me just check some here. Okay, cool. Now, when it comes to algos, why would we want to automate? Well, we get increased speed, we get more accuracy, we get minimized emotions, not eliminated, of course, but minimized. We get backtesting and optimization. That is real backtesting and optimization, where we can test hundreds of trades in just a matter of a minute or two, versus doing that manually takes hours, and it may not even be accurate. So being able to do the backtest with an algo gets you the accuracy, because there's no subjectivity. The algo will do only that which the algo is designed to do, and nothing more, nothing less. And so that's a huge edge. It saves you a lot of time. Improved order entry. The algo is not going to make any mistakes. The algo will do exactly what the algo is designed to do. Okay. Less missed trades. Now, that you might still miss some here and there because of slippage, or whatever, maybe based on the way that you're trading with the algo and so on. But it's systematic. It's 100% mechanical. There's no subjectivity. So from an order execution standpoint, you are eliminated from the equation. You will not be entering trades. The algo will be, if you're trading with an algo. Now, you can turn it on and off, but ultimately the algo is the one that is entering the trades for you, which is a good thing in most cases. Not all algos are created equal. How many of you this is your first event with ARC? If you've never been to an event before with us, just type a new in the chat box. If you've never been to an ARC event, never been to one of our webinars, yeah, okay, cool. We got some newbies. Sweet. So we have an incredible development team here that's been doing this for us for a long time. We've been at it for a long time. We've developed over 55 indicators on NinjaTrader alone. Plus we have, handful of algos at this point, probably close to a dozen. Okay. So we've been doing this for a while. Of course, it's always our intention to continuously get better at what we do, as would be the case for anybody or any company or whatever the case. It's our goal to get to be the best. So the algos are built by industry experts that know how to code. And most of the time, we're not 100% immune to this, but most of the time, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, we might get one trader who experiences a bug or something like that. And it does happen, but also this one's been out for a while, so no worries there. But our team is on it, even if there is an issue, and usually there's not. So the point is the algos work. They do what they're supposed to do, and you can use them for all different types of scenarios. If you're a scalper, day trade, intraday swing, this particular algo will work on any market. It'll work on stocks, futures, forex, crypto, whatever you want to use it on, you can use it. Performance stress tested, of course. We're not going to put something out that's busted. We could use it on custom bars. It's fully automated. There's trade management built in, trailing stops, all of that, of course, plus filters, momentum filters, structure filters, which is actually pretty unique. A lot of them don't have that. And then also money management built in. So those of you who are trading with a prop firm, with this particular algo, you can tell the algo how much to risk per trade, and it will risk only that per trade, which is great because now you can fix your risk per trade. So if one trade's 20 ticks and the other's 40, well, it's going to size those contracts for you accordingly to hit your risk number, which is great. So going back to trend trading versus reversal trading versus what should you trade? Well, the challenges with trend trading is that the markets are really only trending 20% of the time. So if you're trying to trade the trends, you're kind of sitting on the sideline, right? You're kind of wishing you were able to get into the market while others are in there making money and finding ways to trade that market too. And so you don't have to wonder, when should you trade reversals? And you don't have to get run over when the market decides to reverse. Instead, you can trade those tops and bottoms. You can cash in on the capitulation or the slowing or the rotations, whatever you want to say there. And you can catch some big moves because this is going to start the big moves. You can trade with precise locations, no more complicated systems. Okay, so let's show you how this thing works. We'll just kind of show you some of the trades here. There's a short there, long there. It's a price action system. Now, this system is going to work on volume bars, tick bars, or minute bars. Okay, that's how it's designed to work. So you want to use it for those. Okay, volume, tick, or minute fractals. Okay, because it's used on variable range bars, which would be those three. Okay. So the long setup, how does it work? Pretty simple, actually. And it does work. I actually trade this manually just about every day. And I trade it in specific locations, and it works. So there you go. Let's check it out. So there's our high, right? So we made a higher high from this candle to this candle. The highs went down, lower high, 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 break. So as soon as this first candle breaks the high of the previous candle, that's the entry, just like that. That's how it works. It's a price action algo, and you can use it for that. So that's the entry. You have the option of how far beyond this wick the market would need to go before you enter the market. And you can set that all up, and we'll show you how that all works. Short setup. Okay, let's take a look at it. So we've got this one, lower low, right? Higher low, or equal low. Higher low, higher low, higher low, break. Sorry, I'm trying to draw with the mouse. So there's a trade. A series of higher lows followed by a break. Pretty simple, right? As far as settings, we have settings from when we launched the algo. We have a couple updated settings, and we're actually going to take a little bit of time. We're not going to spend a ton of time on this, but we'll actually take a little bit of time going through a bit of an optimization together. Just a real quick one. Okay, that way you have some additional settings that you can run with. And actually, let me do something while I'm at it. And get this ready for us while I am chatting away over here. Cool deal. Springboard. There we go. Loading. Springboard. Shreet. Good to go. Anybody here trade MCL? The MCL traders out there? Got you covered. So the king of capitulation is what kind of the tagline of this one. What it is full automation on reversal opportunities. You can trade tops and bottoms, and you don't ever have to miss the start of the move. You have selective algo templates, high frequency. This is kind of cool. That was new when we released this, which is that you can pick which days of the week you want to trade. So if you want to backtest only Tuesday through Fridays, you can exclude Mondays. And you don't, let's say you don't trade Mondays. Maybe you're in the office on Mondays, or you got to go in for Monday morning meetings or something, and you can't trade that day. Okay, cool. Block Mondays out, and you don't have to worry about it. Also, risk per trade. We talked about this. If you want to set your risk to a fixed cost of $500 a trade for prop firms and that kind of thing, that's great. You can size your positions accordingly. Not just for algo enthusiasts. I cannot stress this enough. I'm going to show you a couple ways that you can trade this system and kill it. Kill it. How many of you, when you're trading, you're sitting in front of the screen? Give me a thumbs up or give me a yes, that's me. When you're trading, you're sitting in front of the screen, right? Now, can you allow the system to trade while you're not at the screen? You can. You could certainly do that. However, it is highly not recommended, because what can happen? Well, the power could go out. Tough. You're screwed. Your internet can go out. You're screwed because you don't know it went out. Your computer can crash. That's not good either, right? You don't want to get stuck having orders sitting there with your brokerage or with your prop firm, and meanwhile, your computer is not running and you can't get out of a trade. This happened to a trader of ours. Now, it wasn't with an algo or anything like that, but he was in a trade and computer crashed. Just completely crashed. And he didn't get enough time to get to the brokerage, or in this case, it was a prop firm, to be able to close those trades, and lost a whack load and nearly blew out his accounts. So sit in front of the computer, just watch it, be there, be present, or at least be remote and remoted in and watching it, to where you can intervene if necessary. Okay, enough of that. But it's not just built for algo trading. You can use this for semi-auto trade timing, and I'm going to show you a couple ways that you can do that. Paul says, happened to me yesterday. Yeah, sorry to hear that too, by the way, Paul. That sucks. That's always a frustrating thing. Yeah. Can be used in conjunction with scalping strategies. Again, I'm going to show you. Okay. Can it be used with counter trend or directional trading? And I'm going to show you a couple ways to set it up so that if you want to, let's say you're looking to reverse up here and you can get the reversal. Let's say you're going up and you just want to trade the pullback getting long. I'm going to show you how to do that too. But the opportunities are endless. You can make this whatever you want it to be. Okay, so just because we have some settings, just because we have some templates, does that mean it's going to work for you? No. We have no idea if it's going to work for you. It might not. What if the templates need to be re-optimized in a week? They might. I don't know. There's no way for us to know. All we can do is give you the info instead of just handing you settings to teach you how to do that. So what we've also done is we've recorded an AMA, which stands for Ask Me Anything, which is a full training that usually lasts at least 2 hours, where we go into all the details of how the algo works. Plus, we cover how to optimize for your market. because the way that you want to trade it will be different than everybody else. Everybody's a little bit different in how they trade it. Everybody says, well, I just want to make money. Great. You want to make money? This is the way to do it. Learn the tools that you're using and use the right tool for the job. How many of you own another algo with ARC? Give me a algo if you own another algo from ARC. Any of our other tools? 3 more. Yeah. So you've got some algos now. Here's the beauty of this algo. It does something that most other algos do not do as far as in our sphere. Okay, so CWAP, this is a great supplement to CWAP algo, to thrust algo, to any of them, because it's different. It does things that the other systems don't do. So we're going to go in and look at it. What we'll do here, we'll just go into the settings for a second. What happened here? Thought I ran that through. No, not that. Hang on one second, guys. No. Interesting. Cool. Okay. So I started to run an optimization on NQ. Anybody here trade NQ? Anybody trading NQ? Cool. So I started doing an optimization, and we look at these numbers and we go, they're not great, right? But what has MNQ been doing for the last, I don't know, 6 months? Let's see, shall we? This is all about getting your tool to work the way that you want it to work, which is namely make money. With the exception of today, and apparently something happened at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, because right now NASDAQ is just screaming down. So about that really slow day that we just had, there it goes. Somebody at the Fed must have said something, because this is what's happening right now. So that is wildly interesting, actually. Crazy. Okay, let's go to daily, though, because we want to look at this. This is what we're looking at. So since what we could say uptrend here for sure, downtrend, yeah, sideways, break, uptrend, little bit of downtrend, uptrend. So at least since, I don't know, October, late October, NASDAQ has been trading bullish. Anybody disagree with that? I mean, from a daily perspective, macro level, it's very up. From a 4-hour level, it's still kind of up. And yes, you have some deep pullbacks. And on the 4-hour, you might have some, deep pullbacks or maybe itty bitty trends. Biden said Israel was wrong attacking. Oh, there you go. That'll shake things up. I wonder what crude's doing. Let's see. Yeah, crude's like, I don't really care what you do. I'm just going to do my thing. So, but from a daily perspective, NASDAQ has been long. NASDAQ's been very bullish. Okay. So is it any surprise that when we look at these, that our long trades are profitable and the shorts aren't? Like, really, is that a surprise? So when we do this, we come in here and let me look at what these numbers are before I get too ahead of myself. And we'll go through a couple scenarios of things that you can test. And then I'm going to go to the charts and show you how it works too. Okay. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Let's get this out of the way. I figured rather than just telling you about the tool, I would show you some things. Is that okay? Like, are you guys good with that? Let's see, 1513, there it is, 1611, 1610, 15.9. I like that. 15.9, 1612. These are all the same outcome. I'm just kind of looking at the variance on the settings that I was testing. 1710. Let's go 1710. And I'm going to show you what this is doing, because I'm actually sort of doing things a little bit backwards. So normally when you have moving average filters, these are moving average filters. There's 2 EMAs. And if EMA 1 is above EMA 2, then it will go long. Okay. So normally this would be set to like, we would do like 8 here, and then we would do like a 20 here. Well, what if we reverse these? What if this was no longer 8, or this was, this is no longer 10, and this is no longer 17, but we flipped them? What do you think would happen? We would now be in a position where we are reversing the market. So now we are reversing the market. The market's up. As soon as anytime along here, as long as the fast is above the slow, we're actually going to go short instead of long. Okay, now could you have taken a long here? And yeah, you could have, but you could have also taken a short here, and the follow through is deeper in that particular case. So that's what this particular algo is doing, and that's pretty slick. I'm going to just delete all the drawing tools. Remove. Yeah, cool. So here's what the algo is doing. Let's take a look at this. Can you guys see this chart okay? You guys see that all right? I'm going to maybe get rid of the grid lines, though, because it drives me nuts. But if it's not visible or it's unclear, let me know, and I could try to make it better. But so here's what's happening. So we talked about, what the signal was. Let's look at it. So we've got market came down, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, break. Okay. So now the breaking point, it has to break that, but it entered here. Why is that? Because there's a buffer to get in. The market's not, the algo is not going to say, okay, well, as soon as we break that to the tick, it's going short. Well, obviously that's not going to work on like MNQ. I think it's set to like 25 ticks as a buffer. And then of course, we're not going to put the stop right at the edge. We're going to give ourselves a buffer here, and you can set exactly what you want those buffers to be. Okay, so pretty slick. So that works. And so that's what's happening here. And that's the trade right there. Good, great target, decent stop, nothing too crazy there. So it looks good. And we can go in and look at some of these other trades and see, where are the trades? Do they look good? Do we need to change anything? The first thing that I like to do when I'm testing and optimizing an algo is just go look at the chart. What is the chart telling me? Am I getting in too soon, too late? In this case, I think I'm getting in too late. Could have got a better entry. Could have had a tighter stop, could have gotten paid here instead of waiting till here because I got in too high, right? So, yeah, this, you could trade the news. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to show you some different ways that you can activate it. Right now, I'm just kind of looking at different trades. So let's look at this one. It's a stop out, right? So now these EMAs are obviously pretty tight, but we're going to use different numbers when we run it again. But the market's going sideways, and then you're trying to trade a breakout way down here when the candle's way up here. To me, the entries are too loose, just looking at it, right? These are things you're not going to find out by looking at settings. The settings will tell you eventually, but wouldn't it be easier to just go, I don't really like the entry. I think it's a little too far extended. So what I'm going to do, first off, is I'm going to go in here and change it. I'm going to do entry offset somewhere between 10 and 20. Because I don't want 25. It's too big. Okay. Also, I'm going to switch. I already switched those, so we're good to go there. And I kind of like those numbers. And now I'm just going to run another test while we're at it, and we'll see what we come back with. There's only 11, so that should be pretty quick. While we're at it, let's go check out crude. Okay. So we've got MCL on a 1-minute chart, and it's decent. It's decently profitable. It's nothing that's going to, jump off the page at you and, oh my God, it's the greatest thing. But it has a decent equity curve. Okay, so we had some nice movement, positive, a bit of a drawdown here, found our way out. Okay, so this is reasonable settings that you could run with. Now, I could sit here and optimize and optimize and optimize, but my approach with these algos is I want something that is going to give me some consistency. I don't want to have to redo the settings every 3 days, right? I want to have something that's going to work and minimal optimizations. So I want something that's good, but I don't need it to be like the best thing ever. What I'm concerned with above all else is this. What's my drawdown? to my profit over the course of, this is almost 2 months, on 57 trades. So on 57 trades, if my max drawdown is 1,500 and I'm making 6,400, to me, that's a win. I care what the profit factor is. Don't get me wrong, but this is, to me, equally as important. Is I don't want to see that I'm going up, 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 down, 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 up, 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 down, down, down. I want to see right? Might catch a little jingle for that. That's what I want to see. So if I have a drawdown, fine. It's a 3-trade drawdown because my max risk is 500. So if I have a 3-trade drawdown to hit, what is that? 13 trades, 13 wins. So 3 drawdown to 13 wins. Cool. I'm good. I'm good with that. Right? What do you guys think? You guys good with that? Good with making money over the long run? Good with not having to go back and optimize every 5 seconds? Right? So now we can look at this one. We've got way more trades. Why do we have way more trades? Who can tell me? And I know I kind of come from an educator standpoint because, well, I run our education. So why do you think we have so many more trades? Less filtering? More specifically, what did we just change, right? We changed the offset. We changed the offset. So by having a tighter offset for this bar size, which by the way is a 1,000 volume, which is pretty quick, by having a smaller offset, we get more trades, we get more profit. We don't get more profitability. And yes, we have a bigger drawdown, but we're looking at drawdown compared to profit is, roughly 3 times that. So this is a great starting point for us to go back in and look to optimize some more. So let's go 10, 11's a little less, 12's a little less. So what does that tell us? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I mean, it's pretty clear that it's 10 or less is a better number because we're missing out on possible trades that are going to pay us. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go even more drastic and I'm going to go 5 to 10 and see if 10 is still the number. Okay. So we're going to do that now again and we'll run it through. And then we're going to go look at some other things and get an example. I'm going to show you 2 examples of how you can use it in live trading as well. In fact, let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to pull up a chart for, what do you guys think? You want to look at crude? Do you want to look at NASDAQ? Do you want to look at something totally different? I don't care. Just what do you guys want to look at? This is your event, not mine. That's the way I look at it. You guys are spending your time here to be with us for the event and Q. Cool. So let's look at it. First answer wins. Yeah, there's usually a good amount of NQ, right? So let's go to, well, let's just go to a 5 minutes. Actually, yeah, let's go 5 minute. So I'm pulling up. Don't have the equities data on this one, at least not right now. I don't. Okay, so now we've just doubled our profit to 26,000 and we've got a good number of trades at 7, 7, 6, 8. 10 was actually the worst from a profit standpoint. So that's crazy. So 3 and 7. So this is like fast and dirty. This is like, we're going crazy. We're gonna take a lot of trades. This is turning into like a scalping approach, which is great because it can be used for that. The other thing I want to do though is go look at the summary because I want to look at longs versus shorts. And now by confining the time frames down in a sense to where we're not requiring, so much of a buffer to get into a trade. It's like by then, hell, the trade's almost over on this bar type. But by doing that, we've now evened the playing field from long and short. The higher time frame we go, I'm going to say we're probably going to see more, we're probably going to see less trades and more of a long basis skewed toward the longs. So while we're at it here, I'm going to pull up a chart and we're going to go check it out together here too. And I'm going to use some of these settings. We'll go 3.7 really fast. And it might not, actually, let's go 320 because it's a 5-minute chart. We're just going to start with that, and then we can expand out as we see fit. There we go. Cool. That's good. I'm going to turn off the filters. I'm not going to require the EMAs. I know I'm on the other screen. You can't see it right now, so just bear with me. Okay, so that's coming in. Cool. So this is looking good. What happened there? It's because I'm putting it on the chart. We'll give it a second to load the chart maybe, and then we can keep going with this. Okay. Whatever, good enough. All right, so the number that we went with is 7. So we kind of lock that in. Now we're going to test for stops and targets. And actually, before I do that, I want to go look at time. What is the time? Cool. Yeah, looks good. Nothing really terrible. The worst was 11 to 11:30. So we could just say, let's be done by 11. We'll just save ourselves some time. It's really not paying us to stick around actually past 10:30. So this is like 8:30 to 10:30. Ain't that great? 2 hours a day. 1-to-1 risk reward. Let's go minimum allowable stop. We'll go 15 to 25. And then the stop loss offset, we're also going to test this at 15 to 25. What this is going to do is now our stop is tighter. It's also going to give our target quicker targets to where we can get paid a lot quicker. So we'll run it through on these two settings and see what we come back with. And cool, good to go. Let's run it. While that's going, to make the most of time, let's go look at the chart. Okay. We're going to look specifically, and actually I can just get rid of this and get rid of this because I don't care about that. I just want to see the trades. Just want to see them. All right, so this took a trade short. Curious about that. Interesting. Okay, let's go back a little bit. It's running a little slow because I'm running the optimization at the same time, so that's why. Yeah, here we go. And actually, I'm going to do something else here. You're going to think I'm crazy, but trust me, everything I do is for a reason, usually. Okay, let's disable. It's thinking, there it goes. Okay, so we're going to go minimum. No, stop it. Yeah, equal highs and lows. Sure, why not? So let's go here. Minimum. Oh boy, I broke it. I'm going to do like really tight targets on this because I want to be able to see all the trades. So that's why I'm doing this. Cool. Sweet. Hit OK. And then I'm going to wait for the back test to finish so I don't like blow up my machine and it starts smoking or something. All right, cool. So we got 121 iterations that it's doing, and then we'll check it out. But another way that you can look to use it is in specific locations. How many of you trade with areas of interest on your chart? Levels, support, resistance, pivots, Fibonacci's. You guys trade in levels? How do you know if your level is going to hold up? So let's look at an example here. I'm going to take, if this thing decides to start moving here, let's go to another day. I'm going to kind of cherry pick to some degree because I just want to show the concept of it first and to show how it would work. Here's a good one. Okay. So let's say you're trying to trade an order block right here. I'm not even going to worry about fine tuning the order block, any of that kind of stuff. This is an order block. Yeah. Okay. So that's our order block. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to grab a draw tool. So this will make my life easier, actually. So that way we don't have the cursor like dragging. So we had break of structure here, back into the order block. Now this can be done if you have the SMC tool plus unizones, whatever, or you could just do it manually. Manually is probably the easiest way. You don't have to have those. But we came back into this. So now we know on our regular chart, we have our areas mapped out. Let's say for you, it's 5-minute. Maybe you're using 30-minute profiles, low volume nodes, high volume nodes, Fibonacci's. I don't know what you use, but we're going to use this as the example. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a 1-minute chart, if it lets me. We're going to pull up the 1-minute chart. And it's thinking because it's still running the back test. So we'll give it a minute. Cool. We're about halfway there. Okay, it's calculating. I'll let it calculate even though it's not on. There it goes. Okay. Cool. So let's go back to our area that we plotted out. And this is just a way that you can also use it semi-auto. Do you have to do that? No, you absolutely do not. But I'm going to show you different ways that you can use it because everybody's going to use it a little bit differently. Where's that pesky little order block? You're out there somewhere. There it is. Okay. So this is our area. This is the return back to the order block. Okay. Zoom in here. Eventually it'll catch up to us. Cool. So what do we see here? Do you guys see it? Higher, lower, 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 lower. Break. Huge opportunity to make huge money. So what kind of money, you ask? Well, let's see. Sorry, it's still slow because of the back test. Okay, let's go here. That is not. There we go. Okay. Maybe? No? Yes? No? Maybe? Come on. Work with me here, people. There we go. Now it's going. Okay, so if you are trading this, you're probably going to leave yourself some kind of a buffer on where to put your stop, right? So let's say your stop. Come on now. Here we go. Okay. So the trade is like, the kill zone, if you will, is like 37 ticks. So somebody just tell me, if you have a trade that's 37 ticks on NQ on a smaller time frame, mind you, what kind of buffer would you put on the trade? Would you put 3 ticks, 10 ticks, 15, 30? What's your buffer? Paul says 10. So that would put us at 47 ticks. Okay. So how much do you make on that trade? Come on now. How much can you make? Let's see. I did not pick this out ahead of time, by the way. I just picked it off the chart. Okay. You could make, now the best case scenario, which is never real life, best case scenario, you could have made 203 ticks off of 47. So that's almost 4 to 1. Almost 4 to 1. Your entry's here. So obviously when you hit your 1 to 1, you move to break even. And then you can let the thing ride. Now, some of you might say, I'm going to, just kind of trail the stop by 37 ticks. And you could do that too. And let's see what that would have paid out. Just to give an example, it's 47 ticks, rather, sorry. So 47 ticks, come on, you can do it. There we go. It was like me giving a pep talk to the markets this morning. You can do it. And they were like, no, we can't. I'm like, I believe in you. Pay me. And then eventually, well, one of them paid me. Okay, so no stop out yet. No stop out yet. Come on. And so the stop would have been right here at this. We'll just draw a line there. So that would have been the trail stop. Jeez, this is, I don't recommend doing this when you're running a back test, by the way. This is kind of torture, to be honest. All right, so there's our, let's say there's our entry. We got, we set it to 47. Okay, so we got 1 to 1. We got 2 to 1. And then we got a little bit better than 1.5 to 1 on a trail. So pretty decent way to trade it, right? So how would you trade this in real life? Well, you have your areas marked out, and then you have it on a smaller time frame, say a 1 minute, 2 minute, or a volume chart or something like that. And when you're coming down into your area, you just say, algo, go long at this level. The algo is going to automatically put the buffer in based on either the range, or you can do static ticks. I like static ticks in this case. And so as soon as the market responds coming from your area, you're going to get the trade. And I can tell you right now that it's an excellent way to trade. Really, really excellent. What about anybody here trade out of VWAP? My hand is up, even though you can't see it. Anybody trade out of VWAP? Okay. What about in here? Depending on what you have your buffer set at on the 5 minute, you could have potentially gotten something here. I think it's set to, I don't know, what was it? Set to like 7. So this one would have not fired off, I don't think. Now, on a 5 minute, it's probably going to be more like at least 10 as an offset. So no trade there. And this is just coming out of VWAP. Pivot 1, not enough candles. Pivot 1, 2, not enough candles. Pivot 1, 2, break. So unless you had it set to 2, then you would have gotten a trade here, probably stopped out, and then would have got a trade here. And then your stop would go below the low like that. And then there's the trade. So you can trade this out of VWAP, and you can just set it so, hey, I'm coming into VWAP, turn it on. Pivot 1, nope. Pivot 1, nope. In this case, this would have been a tough one. Pivot 1, 2, 3, 4, break. This one would have been one. Now, granted, I get you're maybe not trading at 7 in the morning, but you could. So coming out of VWAP, and we've got 30 ticks. So maybe it's a 10 tick buffer and a 10 tick, entry buffer as well. So let's measure it out again. So that would be 39. But then we would go up 10 ticks. So how do I want to do this? Let's say 12 because it's easier math. So it'd be 49.75. 7.5. And of course, now I need to redo the buffer. And then 10 ticks beyond. So it's 50 ticks. Okay, so you got 1 to 1. How do we know this works? Because we've got over 50 trades with like an 80% win rate doing exactly this. So what if you could use an algo to do it for you, so you didn't have to enter the market, you didn't have to figure out where stops and targets go, and you didn't have to figure out how many contracts to trade. The algo just took all of that off your plate. Now all you have to do is go, oh, I'm coming into the VWAP. Let me turn it on to go long. It's like the laziest way to trade, and it's awesome. There's 57 trades with an 80% win rate. Right here. 80% win rate, 57 trades. Now I get it, it's not a ton of trades, but it's been that. It's been that since we've been trading it. So it's good, it works, and that's 1 to 1 risk reward on a 5 minute chart. So it works. So I wanted to show you that because we're trading it. So would it be an advantage to just say, oh, look, we're coming into VWAP. I'm going to set it to go long. Hey, look, it entered the trade at the exact point, put the stop where it goes, and size my position for me. So all I have to do is go, yeah, that looks like it's coming into VWAP. Bada bing. Pretty cool, right? So that's another way you can use it. So just to recap, you've got levels, on a higher time frame chart. Let me do this. I'll just draw it. This will be easier. Levels on a higher time frame chart. You go to a shorter time frame chart and turn on when it goes to your area. And that's one way you can do it. That could be any level. It could be order blocks. It could be Fibonacci's. It could be low volume nodes, high volume nodes, point of control. It could be what else? What do you guys trade? You tell me. What other kind of levels do you trade? High of day, low of day, pivots. I don't care, man. It works. You go to your shorter time frame, smaller time frame, and you turn the algo on when it's coming to that area. So that's just another way. Do you have to do it that way? No. But it works really well. So it's an idea. All right, cool. So where are we at? Let's go check out our back testing. We got 16,000 trades. We got $16,000, 3,800 in max drawdown, a little bit more than we'd want to see, right? We've got, where do we come in numbers wise? Let's go see what we got. Still, stop loss offset is still the best at 25. So what do? We go 25 to 40, see where that comes in. 16 was the minimum allowable stop. I'll just probably just leave it at 15 for that sake. And then let's check our stop one more time. The reason I'm doing this too is so that I can give you something. Should you decide to buy the algo, you'll have something to run with. Okay. So we'll let this run. It's not going to take too long. There's only 16 this time. So what do you guys think? Cool. Does that make sense? Seem like it's pretty easy to use. It's very easy to optimize because there's not that many settings to set. And then when that's done testing, I'll show you the effect of the exponential moving averages as well. Pretty cool. How many of you want a discount to buy it? Everybody, yay. Okay, yeah, let's give you a discount. So the retail pricing on this, $19.96. It says save 50%. I didn't get time to update the numbers, so it's less than 50%. Okay. So you're gonna save more than 50%. It's $8.49. This algo for $8.49 is really a great deal, I think. I think it's great. I think you can use it, and it's one of those utility type tools where it's like, the market's going sideways today. What do you think you should trade? I think I'm going to trade my Springboard Algo because the market's going sideways. But you're only going to trade the reversals. How do you do that? You flip the moving averages. Let's say you want to use 20 and 9 versus 9 and 20. Now you're trading reversals. Easy. Yeah. Max drawdowns are on closed P&L. How do we see max drawdown on open P&L? You don't in Ninja. It is on closed P&L. You are correct in that. I don't think there's a way to see it open P&L. So I would say in that case, when you're back testing it, just add one losing trade to the max drawdown. And then you've always got enough room. Yeah, for sure. Yep. So link is coming to you. Let me give you the link here. And there's several trainings that are going to be available to you in this tool. So first off, we recorded an AMA. Let me go here. So we have an AMA, it's recorded. So you will get access to that. That is going to show you how to optimize with this tool. Okay. Then we also did a brain training. It was maybe a couple months ago now, where we go over exactly how to use it and how to do the brains of the algo, like all the other stuff, money management, the filters, the moving average filters. We have training on that. So you'll get access to that. Plus we have an algo course that we've built out that is going to teach even more about algo theory and how to use algos and why would you want to use them and that kind of stuff. So that is built out for you. And then, of course, I'm going to give you the settings we have here today. And of course, you can always go to Discord and see what other people are doing with it and so on. But there's a lot of different ways you could use this, and I like it for that reason. And I realize you might think, well, that makes it more complicated because I don't know what to do. Don't even think about it that way because it's so easy to use that you can use it however you want. Like it's really that simple, and it's good for that reason. So pretty cool. Let's go back here. So 16, can you use it on prop firms? Depends on the prop firm. Some, yes, because it's something that you optimize. It's something that you turn on and off. It's something where you decide what the risk is. So you're still the trader. The algo is your tool in which you use to trade. So for that reason, yes, you can. Depends on the prop firm. Some are very strict and saying no algos. You are manual entry, and in that case, it's like, okay, why? Because you want more traders to fail because they're trading manually. I don't know. I'm just going into conspiracy territory now. Is it better than CWAP in terms of optimization? Not better, no. Simpler, maybe, but not better. I think everything just needs to be optimized. It is a little bit different trying to get used to the number of bars and entry offset. These are the only settings for the algo. Like, that's it. There's nothing else to optimize. So it's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. So cool. So we got a pretty decent setting here. Let's go look at the equity curve. Couple losing days, pretty sizable losing day. You could obviously probably shutting it off if it gets that low. And that's where a bulk of the drawdown actually came from, is right here. It's from that one day. What happened on March 12th? Let's see. I'm curious now. If you ever see that, go back and look at what happened that day and find out, is it a fluke, or is it just it had a bad day, or was there some major news that it's trying to trade? So we can go in here and go, okay, what happened March 12th? So we'll go back, whoops, and we'll go to March 12th. Okay, apply. Tuesday, March 12th. Any major news? Oh, I don't know. CPI. Of course it's going to trade like crap because it starts trading at 8:30. So there's your answer. So when you're looking at this, you can go in and let's do this together. Let's say we eliminate that day. Man, that makes a massive difference in these settings. These are the extra things that you want to pick up along the way so you can get better at optimizing. I'm going to save this here first as MNQ save, and we're going to go in. We're going to go to backtest now, and these should carry over, which it looks like they did. Cool. So now I'm going to add in dates that I don't want to backtest for, because obviously CPI is very different from any other day. Agree? Let's add a date. So 3/12. No trading on 3/12. Should we add another date? Well, I think there was Good Friday was what, last Friday, right? So no trading that day, which I think can a news filter be integrated? No, you do have to turn it on and off as you're coming into the news. You need to be aware of it and just turn it off. Let's go in and look at it. What was FOMC day? That was last week, was it? No, it wasn't last week. It must have been the week before. Let's check. FOMC was Wednesday, March 20th. Okay, so we're going to add that date. We're going to block it out because win, lose, or draw, it's not relevant to every other day of trading. You don't want to trade those dates. I think that's about it. I don't know if there was any other dates. When am I starting? March 4th. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, now let's run the back test and let's see what we come up with now. This is going to be way better. Now, I didn't really do much optimization on this before the event. Honestly, I worked on MCL, and that's good to go. You guys can have this one. I'll paste it in Discord for you guys. And I kind of did this one on the fly because I wanted you to see you're having trouble buying, really. That's weird. It shouldn't be unless there's a ton of people on the site. I feel like this happens every time we do an event. Like the host of our website just like freaks out. But that's weird. Yeah, so that's pretty good. It didn't change that much though. Let me go in. So we got rid of that big losing day, which was cool. What day was this? March 5th. Let's go check it just to be sure. Now, obviously, you're not going to block every day out, but you want to know if there's something happening you need to be aware of. March 5th. March 5th. Nah, nothing out of the ordinary. Just a bad day. Just a bad day of trading. And those happen. So this looks good. Let's go to analysis. Cumulative. I mean, you had a little dip at the beginning of the month, and then it was off to the races as of March 7th and forward. So I think this is pretty good. It's at least a great starting point, something that you can run with. And, as we looked at different ways that you can use it, things like that. But yeah, no, this is great. So let's go ahead and save this. And we'll save it as 1000 volume. And we're going to save it as, I actually did it through March 29th. So we'll save it as that. And let's see what it did this week. I always like to go back a little bit and optimize because it's more like real life, March 29. Oh yeah, support's awesome. It depends on what expectations are, so I want to give you proper expectations. Support has your back. They will install the tool for you. They'll get you set up. They'll help you save all your settings. If you have any bugs or tech issues, they're on it. If you have questions about the algo, we got you covered. The settings are the settings. We will give you the settings, but we don't continuously provide settings. That's not our job in this. We are a developer. It's not our job to tell you how to trade. You trade your money the way that you want to trade it. We can't tell you what to do there. So if you want new settings, create new settings. We give training on how to optimize and create those settings. But as far as future settings, you're on your own. Okay, I just want to be clear in that and give proper expectations. Sound fair? So this week, not good. April 1st, really bad day. April 2nd, really bad day, really bad day. So this needs to be optimized some more. This is not ready. Okay, but at least it gives us a starting point of what we should be looking at. So, but you can see I'm pretty transparent as it comes to this stuff. So this one was actually only optimized through the 22nd. Let's see what this one looks like. This is real life. Sometimes you do an optimization and you run it forward in sim. Please run it in sim at first. And sometimes it just doesn't work. And you got to re-optimize. What date did we start? That's fine. Let's go. Let's go here. Not 226. It was 322. So let's go here. There we go. Any questions on this while we're doing this? Is this all making sense? Good stuff. Good, good. No recurrent fees? No. No, you pay for it once you're done. You got it. You own it. We do have I was showing it on the slide, but I didn't talk about it. We have a love it or swap it guarantee. If you don't like it, within 30 days, let us know. We'll swap it out for something else. We got tons of tools. Odds are we'll find you something you love. Okay, so if you don't love it, let us know. Crude oil. These are the settings that I had brought in to the event today. And it's 2 out of 3 since I optimized it. Not a ton of trades, but there are trades out there. So I will paste these in. Let me do this. Let me go back and we'll go back here. MCL 1 minute. And I'm going to go till current. And then I will save it and we'll paste this one in Discord. I don't want to paste the other one because it's not ready yet. Obviously, what's the point? Like it didn't perform this week. So it needs to be optimized some more. I'll take a look at it some more. And if I get something good, then I'll paste it. Otherwise, at least now you know how to do it. And you can jump in and take a look at your market of choice and your fractal and your time frames and all that. Okay, 4-4, good to go. 1 minute MCL, Springboard Algo. Cool. Template. All right, so in our Discord threads, I'll pull it up, and I'm actually just going to go ahead and paste it in there right now. Let's Springboard. Cool. All right, let's go here. Springboard. All right, so if you go into our Discord in Springboard Algo, solid settings for MCL on 1 minute chart. This is Eastern time. There it is. Go grab it. It's all yours. It's my gift to you for showing up and being a part of this event. There are other settings that came with it when we launched it. As to how they're doing, I have no idea. I don't know. Probably need to be optimized. I think we released it back in like February. So they probably need to be optimized. But try it on your chart. And look, if you have questions on optimization, just reach out. We'll take a look at it and see what we can come up with for you. Or, well, we'll at least give you some ideas, you know, if you have questions, that sort of thing. Cool deal. All right, I'm going to paste the link here one more time so you guys have it. That's it for me. Anybody have any last minute questions, anything you need? Oh, let me see if I have a poll. Let me see if I can edit this. Edit. Okay. So I'm going to run a poll here. Let us know where you're at with it. I just need to let our support team know how busy they're going to be. Sometimes we do these events and we're like super, super busy. So just let us know if you're buying it. If you have questions, we can touch base with you. It's not a problem. And if you're not sure, that's fine. And if you want to see more details on it first, just reach out to me. I'll get in touch with you or whatever. We'll touch base and figure it out. So good stuff. Cool. Any last questions before we wrap up? Good to go. Great. Well, have a fantastic weekend, everybody. We'll be back in on Monday. If you need a pass to our trading rooms or anything like that, let us know. We'll be happy to get you a guest pass for the trade rooms. And if we can help you with anything, algos, indicators, if you're looking at algos, but you haven't, you're not really sure what to get, then just reach out and let us know that you're kind of looking for something, maybe looking for some ideas, and we'll help you. We'll help you figure out what works for you. Okay. So cool. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Really appreciate you showing up to the event. Thanks so much for being here. And if we can help you out in any other way, let us know. Otherwise, we will see you next time. Take care, everybody. Cheers.